Psych 101 presents 35 psychological manipulation techniques to effectively manipulate any situation. Please stay to the end as number 35 will shock you. Let's get into it. 1. If someone becomes aggressive toward you, say a string of real words in an order that sounds right but doesn't make sense in the situation. This will confuse the individual and cause them to lose their adrenaline. 2. If you don't want people to talk to you, even if you're not listening to music, wear a noise-canceling headphones. 3. Instead of focusing on what you want right now, consider what you want in the future. It may provide the extra motivation you need to stop delaying and go to the gym. 4. Smiling and saying hello to people you know will make them think of you as a pleasant person, and they will be more willing to help you out in the future. 5. If someone is angry or irritated with you, wait a few minutes and then ask a seemingly innocent inquiry about the other person's interest. This will gradually get them chatting. Then you'll be able to move on from the stressful situation. 6. Listen to music that you would listen to if you were in the mood you would want to be in. It will help you shift your mindset into that frame of mind. 7. When a shy person is speaking, look them in the eyes, make eye contact, and nod. This encourages them to keep talking. 8. If you want to avoid trouble and be loved, say nice things behind people's backs. 9. Make someone laugh if you're trying to get them to relax, or if you're playing a game with them that needs you to bluff. Individuals are more likely to be honest and vulnerable while they're laughing, and less likely to bluff or lie. 10. If you want someone to tell you more about something, be silent. They will generally fill the space by telling you more. 11. Similarly, if you stay silent while someone is trying to make an apology for you, they will argue themselves into a corner and lose faith in their tale. 12. If you don't want to be called on in class or at a meeting, make a point of gazing at the speaker, even if making eye contact if you can, until they finish their question. Then glance at someone else in the room to distract the speaker's focus away from you. 13. If you want to de-escalate someone upset and shut down, ask them questions about numbers, such as their address or phone number. This will often draw them out of their emotional state and into a more rational state of mind. 14. Instead of saying, "I know," say, "You're right." It will make you appear less arrogant and make them feel smart, making them easier to deal with. 15. If someone asks you a complicated question, respond with, "What a great question." This will make the person feel so good about themselves that they will be less critical of your answer and may not even fully pay attention to it at all. 16. Rather of immediately debating a point of view with which you disagree, first validate it and then state your own. The conversation will almost always conclude positively. 17. If you're attempting to figure out what something or someone is called, make up a query like, "Is the door code still 7752? Or is Kathy still the restaurant manager?" The person will almost always correct you with the correct facts. 18. Thanking someone for a characteristic you want them to have. Rather than saying, "Sorry for keeping you waiting," say, "Thank you for being patient." It may encourage them to act in accordance with your words. 19. If you ask someone a question and they respond with, "What?" allow a few seconds before asking the question again. They may have heard you, but need time to comprehend what you said. 20. If you happen to run into someone you know in public and don't want to waste time making awkward small chat, tell them where you're going and why, and then ask them the same question. Once they respond, you may reply, "Well, I won't keep you any longer. Have a wonderful day." 21. If you want to figure out who someone in a group likes the best, watch who they gaze at when someone says something hilarious. They usually laugh at their favorite person. 22. When asking for things, be direct and personal. If you address your concerns to a specific person rather than a group, they are more likely to comply and get things done. 23. If someone claims to have the hiccups, tell them to show you proof. The pressure will typically get rid of the hiccups. 24. When someone apologizes, instead of saying, "It's okay," say, "Thank you for apologizing." This stops the situation from being swept under the rug and allows for growth and conversation. 25. Instead of telling children not to do something, ask them to do something else. This will divert their attention away from what you don't want them to do and allow them to focus on what they should be doing instead. 26. Instead of claiming the concepts as your own, remark that successful people or firms, such as Bill Gates or Tesla, employ them and explain how they may apply the same principles to their current circumstances. 27. Alternatively, people respond better to their ideas than to those of others. Let's say that you want someone to go with one of your ideas. Make them believe they came up with it on their own. For example, "I swear you mentioned this in one of our chats." 28. Make an effort to smile at everyone you meet. It will make your daily contacts much more pleasurable. 29. How to ask someone a question. Don't say, "Do you have any questions?" Instead ask, "What queries do you have?" People will be more willing to speak up as a result of this. 30. If someone is breaking the law, construct the least negative reason they could have done it. For example, they were listening to your conversation because they didn't realize that you were on the phone, versus they were eavesdropping on the call, and allow them to use it as an excuse. This keeps the situation non-confrontational and pleasant. 31. If you need to recall anything, think about it while doing something out of the ordinary, such as shifting something in your room out of position. You'll be reminded of the thought when you discover it later. 32. Make a huge request, knowing it will be turned down, and then ask for what you actually want. It will make your true request seem more fair. 33. Rather than vocally accusing someone for doing something, express how you feel. They can become upset and defensive if they feel attacked, but they can't be angry at you for how you feel. 34. If you want to deceive others into liking you, ask them for a favor, even if it's just having them hold something for you for a second. This tricks their brain into thinking more favorably of you, since they don't think they'd do a favor for you if they didn't like you. 35. If your child keeps asking why, simply look them in the eyes and say, "I'm not sure. Why do you think?" They'll come up with their own solutions, and you'll both be able to go on. Hey you, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button so we can continue to bring you content on psychology just like this. We'll see you on the next one.